Honey Senpai, so what should we do with this cake?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Elise's Eats, and today we are going to be making one of the things I have wanted to make for so long. It's Honey Senpai's strawberry shortcake from the anime Ouran High School Host Club. Now, we were supposed to make this last week because it was my birthday last week, but I was sick as a dog. And so we're making it this week, and it's gloomy outside, so we need something happy, don't we, Flavia?
Yes, we do.
So we're gonna make it now, and it's gonna be adorable as, I was about to swear, as adorable as Honey Senpai himself, although he's pretty cute. Okay, so these are the ingredients you're going to need. 1 cup of caster sugar or superfine sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. You can also use vanilla extract, 3/4 cup of whole milk, 1 egg at room temperature, 1 tablespoon of canola or flavorless vegetable oil, 1 3/4 cup of plain flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 112.5 grams or 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, soft at room temperature, about 1 to 1.5 punnets of strawberries. And I have washed these. It's very easy to just fill your sink with water and just let them soak in there for about 5 minutes. Then I've cut them relatively thick, about 1 centimeter thick or just under 1 centimeter, depends how thick you like your strawberries. For decoration, you're going to need about 500 grams of whipping cream. I think this is called heavy whipping cream or heavy cream in the US, I'm not exactly sure. You just want something with about 36% fat, and make sure that it's pasteurized because it whips up a lot better. About 3 tablespoons of icing sugar. Of course, you can add more or less depending on how sweet you like your whipping cream. About 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So this doesn't have the seed because I want it to be a nice white icing. And then you're going to need about 8 whole strawberries with the green chopped off and an extra one just on top. That's just for decoration. Are you ready, Honey Senpai? Let's get started. So what we're going to do first is take our butter and cream it in a standing mixer with a paddle attachment until it's nice and fluffy. Then we're going to add our sugar and beat it again. After about 2 minutes, just scrape down the sides. And back we go. Ooh. Don't miss any. Now we're going to add the sugar and beat for another 5 or so minutes. Now you want to make sure that you beat these for at least 5 minutes now, because we're not making the traditional kind of shortcake. We want it to be nice and fluffy, so we want to incorporate as much air as possible before we add our flour. So after about 2 minutes, again, just scrape down the sides of your bowl. So now we're going to add our egg, and then about a teaspoon of vanilla. Mix it again for another 5 minutes on the highest setting possible, and we want it to be really nice and airy and fluffy, so it should be really pale white or pale yellow. See how it's very pale yellow? So after 5 minutes, give it a good scrape down, let it beat for 1 more minute. So now we're going to whisk our baking powder and salt with our flour. You can sift this, but this saves a lot of time and energy, and it's also a lot less messy, and you get rid of the lumps just as well. So on a low speed, we're going to put about 3 big spoonfuls of flour into our mixture, and then alternate that with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk, and then alternate between 3 tablespoons of flour, 3 milk, 3 flour, 3 milk. Don't forget, in between each addition, just wipe down the sides of the bowl.
Don't forget to spill it everywhere.
And then finally, we're going to add our oil and mix again on low for about 1 more minute, and then we're done. Well, you know, like, I'm pretty sure Honey Senpai would actually have no idea what goes into this cake other than strawberries, because he's so rich, he probably has never been in a kitchen. So, I mean, I hope he appreciates the effort we go to, but I mean, he could probably buy a nicer one straight from Japan. The point of adding the milk and the flour when it's on a low speed is because we got a lot of nice air when we added the egg, as you can see. So this is a really light, fluffy batter. Oh, just look at that. I think it's something that Honey Senpai would be proud, and all of Ouran Host Club. You ready for a magic trick?
Oh, I'm so ready.
This will make Senpai notice me. So you fold it in half. Then we fold it in half again. You know what? We do it again. You know what? We do it again. And with these few steps, Senpai will notice you. Well, that's not guaranteed. Don't quote me on that. No. Turn your pan upside down, put your point right in the center, and then roughly about where the base of the pan ends, that's where you're going to cut. I've shown you this in other videos, but I'm going to do it every time I make a cake because I think this is just magical as F. Please do not judge me for the state of my pans. They're well loved. Look at that! And it lines the base. And here's one I prepared earlier. We're going to divide this batter equally between our two pans now, much like Hikaru and Karu. You want to make sure they're exactly even. You can't tell them apart except if one of them changes their hair color, but that's what we're going to do now. If you want to be pedantic and get it exactly exact, get a measuring cup. You can use half a cup. I'm using a cup here. Fill it with our batter. This one can be Hikaru. Make sure to butter the edges of the pan. Mine are non-stick, so it's okay. They don't look, but it's okay. Evenly spread your mixture in Japan. Oh! Japan anime. So now we're going to bake these between 15 to 18 minutes in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius or about 355 degrees Fahrenheit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make our whipped cream icing. So we're going to take 500 mils of whipping cream, put it into our mixer with a whisking attachment, add our icing sugar and vanilla, and then we're going to whip it on high until you have stiff peaks. So just run a knife around the edge of the cakes, just to make sure that they don't stick. If you have non-stick pans, absolutely brilliant. Still do it. Blech. Okay, so what we're going to do now is assemble the cake. So we're going to take one of our base layers of the cake, place it onto a plate or a little cake board, cover that in cream, top it with our chopped strawberries, and then put the other half on top and cover it in cream. Okay, now my cakes have come out nice and flat. If yours aren't flat, just cut it with a serrated knife, and we're just going to evenly spread it on top. Then place your strawberries on top of the cream. There's no real particular order in how you have to arrange these, just so long as they cover the cake completely. So then just cover it with some more cream so that you can't see any of the cake. We're going to put our final big strawberries on top with a little dollop of cream. It's going to look so cute, but it depends on how big your strawberries are to the cake of how many you have on top. With these kind of big strawberries, I'm probably only going to be able to have just 6 around the edge. I've said 8 at the beginning, but you know what? Depends on size. Of course, you could also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we'll look overcrowded. I'm using a multi-star piping tip. You can use any other one, but I'm using this one. Now we've got a little bit of whipping cream left over and some strawberries. Hey Flavia, come here.
No, put it in my mouth.
I'm so excited. It looks adorable, so much cuter than I thought it would. I'm gonna cut into it now, so
Ready?
Where's my knife?
Wait.
What? Whoa.
Crouch to like my level.
Why?
Because you look just like the cake. Oh no.
Oh!
I just noticed that just now. I was like, oh, she looks just like the cake.
And you get sunburn. Oh, but it's winter.
Let's dye your hair and you look just like the cake.
Nope. Okay guys, so that's how you make my Honey Senpai strawberry shortcake, and maybe the magical power of this cake will bring us a season 2 of the anime. We can dream. It's my birthday wish. That won't come true. Let's eat cake. It's just like, it's such a good anime and they stopped it. I mean, yeah, you can still read the manga, but
It's not the same.
it's not the same. Have you had strawberry shortcake before?
I haven't. Oh, I just destroyed it. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
I can see why Honey has it like every day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's so good.
Now, if Senpai doesn't notice you with this cake,
You have no hope.
didn't want to say it, but you said it. Mm.
The cake itself
So soft.
actually kind of, yeah, it's so soft. It kind of tastes like icing, actually.
And it's so airy, fluffy. That's why you
Yeah.
beat it. Do not skimp on the beating. You want that beautiful air because then it's just like a fluffy cloud with a little hint of a strawberry here. Daisuki! So many. Subarashi desu ne. Oishikatta? Oishikatta. No. Oishi. Oishikatta is the past tense of delicious.
I understood all things. Nope.
You understood keiki.
I understood.
Cake is keiki.
I
Keiki.
understood daisuki.
You know how to say sit down.
Suwatte kudasai.
Alright.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. And if you want us to make any other food or recipes from anime, manga, TV shows, movies, games, let us know. Comment in the section below. Message us on social media. Talk to our faces. We're pretty friendly, so if you want to. But yeah, so see you next time. Bye.